mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance. From oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections, they handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball.
Play ball!
And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Little League is about creating the best experience for the kids.
Welcome into day 2 of the District 6 Area 1 Little League 10-12 baseball tournament here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Dylan Bishop alongside me is Colin McLaughlin. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. Kyler High behind the camera on TV 10. Get you a doubleheader here today, the first of 2 days of doubleheaders in this tournament. Getting ready to start here in just a few minutes is Martinsburg and Jefferson in the winner's side of the bracket. First game each for these sides. We'll go ahead and quickly get you the starting lineups brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. For Jefferson, it'll be center fielder number 00, Beckner Dupree. In the number 2 spot, shortstop number 4, Paxton Thomas. Trent Smedick, pitcher number 1, will bat third. Cole Willis in the cleanup spot, number 13, and playing first base. And it's Austin Corey at second base, number 22. Number 21, Cannon Griffith, an extra hitter in the 6th spot. Another extra hitter, number 7, Braden Kearns, batting 7th. After him, it's Callan Fletcher, the catcher, number 8. Jackson Garrett, number 44, an extra hitter. Right fielder, number 9, Ethan McCreary. Then number 50, left fielder, Connor Craze. And third baseman, number 12, Leighton Carney. And on the Martinsburg side, they'll lead off with their catcher, number 14, Asher Leatherman. Then it's third baseman, number 27, Chase Brown. In the 3 spot, it's Truett Watts, number 12, the second baseman. Then it's Lincoln Myers in the cleanup spot, number 3. And in center field, Barra Roberts, shortstop, number 23, in the 5 spot. Owen Snyder, the pitcher, bats 6th, wearing number 13. Number 00, Garrett Butts, the first baseman, bats 7th. And it's extra hitter, number 35, Logan Gano. Baylor Kovacs, number 26, an extra hitter. The last extra hitter, number 34, Hudson Mann. Rounding things out is the left fielder and right fielder, number 11, Elijah Cooper, and number 7, Hunter Lane. Our pregame show is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Colin, it's the second day and the second game here to start things out for the tournament. Martinsburg versus Jefferson here getting ready to start. And then we'll follow it up with South Berkeley versus Hedgesville after South Berkeley got about the most efficient kind of win you can get, 15-0 in 3 innings yesterday against Morgan County.
Yeah, it was a great job by them getting that 15-0 win, jumped out early with a 5-0 start, tacked on with 9 runs in the second, and then got that 15th in the third, and all-around great job pitching, too, for the shutout, and they were very smart about that strategy, realizing that they had the control and a big lead to where they pitched numerous guys and kept the pitch count low so that they could all pitch again in future days, maybe even today. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a possibility. So the winner of this game will move right on to the championship game for District 6 Area 1, and that will be tomorrow at 7:30. Loser of this game will also play tomorrow at 5 o'clock against Morgan County, and that will be an elimination game in this double elimination tournament. Then when South Berkeley and Hedgesville take on each other in the second game of our doubleheader here tonight, it'll be the winner of that one facing the winner of this one for the championship tomorrow, and that will be the first team to move on. And the loser of that second game here tonight will move down to play the winner of Morgan County's game tomorrow against whoever loses this one. With that, we'll take a 2-minute break and come back with first pitch. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25...
Whoa, what's all this? Robbie's Quack Attack at Floor Pools? Pick a duck and save up to 15% off your in-store purchase? That's wild! Now through June 21st, pick a duck and save up to 15% on chemicals, toys, and limited supplies to have a safe and enjoyable summer in your pool. That's right, a lucky duck can save big bucks now through June 21st. Robbie knows your cool summer headquarters is Floor Pools. They've got hot tubs starting at just $49 a month, pools from $100 a month, and saunas starting at $80 a month. Don't forget about cold plunges and endless pools too. And check this out. Floor Pools now offers plunge pools. These compact in-ground pools are perfect for smaller backyards, low maintenance, energy efficient, and ideal for cooling off, relaxing, or even fitness and hydrotherapy. Big style and small footprint. It's everything you want in a pool without taking over your yard. The pool experts at Floor Pools are here to help you all summer long. Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, where your summer oasis starts.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Martinsburg starting us off here for day 2 of the Little League tournament. As I mentioned before our break here in our pregame segment, winner of this one will advance right to the championship game for the area tournament, as will the winner of the nightcap of our doubleheader here between South Berkeley and Hedgesville. It'll be Martinsburg, the home team here today for this game. Jefferson will come up to bat to start things out. Collins should be a good day of baseball. It's hot today. It's not as hot as it's going to be the next few days, but hot regardless. It's going to be something for these teams to deal with along the way.
Yeah, it should still be a lot of fun, though. I like the atmosphere, both teams energized, ready to go. Good crowd on hand as well here for the first game. You see throughout all sports this is a big rivalry, and it will trickle down some here to this level as well, which makes it even more fun when a Martinsburg team and a Jefferson team do battle. And looking over here at the dugout for Martinsburg as they take the field, I'm trying to figure out which kid has a brother on the high school football team. See at the very top of their dugout a Martinsburg football helmet for some reason. My guess is for a possible home run celebration. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we've got a Kovacs here down in the lineup.
Suspect as well. So
Baylor Kovacs is going to be hitting down at number 10 in the order. Excuse me, number 9 in the order. It's hard. You got to put this.
You got to count a lot more than you're used to.
Yeah, you got to put this a little differently into the scorebook when you get the extra hitters in there.
His battery mate is number 14, Asher Leatherman.
The starting battery for Martinsburg is going to be Owen Snyder on the mound and Asher Leatherman behind the plate. So in just a second here, Beckner Dupree will step in to lead things off for Jefferson. In the field for Martinsburg as they wear all black out here in the heat with orange trim, orange outlining on the lettering, black numbers, orange names on the back. And Jefferson out here in white uniforms with the red and yellow and maroon that kind of reminds you of the old throwback Houston Astros. The defense, Chase Brown, Barra Roberts, Truett Watts, and Garrett Butts from third base to first base, Elijah Cooper, Lincoln Myers, Hunter Lane from left field to right field. And the first pitch of the game is outside for ball one. First pitch brought to you by Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. Next pitch on the ground over to third, snagged by Jace Brown, thrown across the diamond for the first out. It's a nice play over at the hot corner.
Yeah, it looked good in warm-ups and getting some action right at the very beginning as well, and great throw across the diamond.
Number 4, Paxton Thomas.
Brings up Paxton Thomas. Shortstop for Jefferson. Owen Snyder readies. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss to start things out. 0-1 is our count. And again, the next pitch, 0-1, runs in and hits Thomas. A one-out base runner here in the top of the first for Jefferson.
He tried to go inside and just brought it in a little bit too much there.
That'll bring up Trenton Smedick. Trent Smedick, I should say. That's how he's listed in the lineup card at the very least. Look like got a bit of a growth spurt from Trent Smedick from last year, it looks like. He was pretty short last year. He's looks like he's grown since then. Although maybe we were just simply further away, but
that could be too.
Before.
Yeah, familiar face, so we'll see how he does this year, going with one batting glove here as well.
On the inside hand, the right hand, he's going to swing and miss at the first pitch of the at-bat. Once again, Snyder getting ahead in the count, 0-1.
Snyder changing that velo there. Smedick was way ahead of that pitch.
Next one's on the ground over to short. Roberts to Watts at second, and the double play. They get it done. One runner left on after one hit for Jefferson's Martinsburg. With quick work in the top of the first, now they'll get their first chance to put some runs up on the board after that 6-4-3 double play. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
By Century 21 Modern Realty Results and the Larry DeMarco team. Looking for a home in the tri-state? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or online. You can visit them at modernrealtyresults.com. We'll see Trent Smedick take the mound for Jefferson here. Throwing to Callan Fletcher behind the plate. Asher Leatherman, the catcher, will lead things off for Martinsburg. Smedick's first pitch breaks out of the zone, low for a ball.
Yeah, that had a lot of movement on it. Looks like a fastball coming out of the hand and then just dropped away from the righty.
Next pitch is going to be hit on the ground just under the glove of Carney at third base. And Leatherman going to go for second on the throw into the pitcher, and he's safe. Heads up base running by Leatherman. Oh, one batter up and one hit for Martinsburg.
Yeah, just a slight mistake, putting the ball back into the infield, and that allowed the extra base.
That'll bring up Jace Brown, the third baseman. First pitch to him was taken for a strike. Brown ducked at it a little bit, more movement from Smedick on the pitch, but came in and inside the zone. Next pitch is going to be hit into the outfield, dropping in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Leatherman is going to hold up at third base, and holding up at first is Brown also. 2 up and 2 on for Martinsburg. 2 hits in a row.
Yeah, great play there, though, at the end by Smedick as that throw came over the head of the shortstop, your traditional cutoff, and he was there off the mound to grab it so that he could keep the runners at the corners.
Strong start for Martinsburg. Truett Watts, second baseman, hitting in the 3 spot, who appears to be the tallest player on Martinsburg. Stepping up. First pitch to him is going to be low for a ball. Runners go, double steal on the throw back, and they get the runner coming home trying to steal. The double steal attempt doesn't work.
Jefferson was ready for it, and they only threw back to Smedick, the pitcher, so the throw was able to come right back to get the runner trying to be a little greedy here early on and aggressive.
It seems like they were ready for it, and Leatherman went in one of those situations where you're supposed to run from third to home if they throw it down to second. They threw it to the pitcher instead. Leatherman went and was thrown out. Brown gets to the stolen base, but next pitch, Watts hits it right down the third base line. Runners waved home, and Craze looks like he lost it in left field. Runner thrown out, trying to stretch it into a triple. Martinsburg gets a run up on the board, but again, base running leads to an out after another piece of hitting for Martinsburg. So you want to call that a double, an RBI for Truett Watts. It's 1-0 Martinsburg. Jace Brown scores. Now there's 2 outs and the base is empty, though. Even though Martinsburg is 3 for 3 in terms of their hitters hitting the ball into the outfield. And that brings up Lincoln Myers, the cleanup hitter. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Next pitch also outside. Makes it 2-0.
Yeah, depending on how this inning continues, both sides probably can be happy in some sort of way. If you're Martinsburg, you got the first run up on the board and have the lead. But if you're Jefferson, as you said, 3 for 3 for Martinsburg, and you've only allowed 1 run and you have 2 down is something you'll probably take yourself to, depending on how this goes.
Right, it gives Smetic a chance to get his feet underneath of him on the mound, having only given up 1 run now. Strike comes in, make it a 2-1 count. Myers, the center fielder. And the 2-1 is outside as well, ball 3. Smetic wind up, and the pitch. Big swing by Myers. Nothing doing, though. Count runs full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jefferson with a chance to get out of this inning relatively unscathed. 3-2 is going to be over the head of Myers. So the inning will extend for now with a base on balls.
Now batting, number 23, Barra Roberts.
Barra Roberts has a chance to keep things going for Martinsburg. They lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Smetic. Roberts goes at it. Did go around, according to the first base umpire. 0-1 was a high fastball from Smetic. Roberts couldn't lay off of it. The 0-1. High, ball 1. Catcher throws down the first, can't get him. Myers able to get back in time. 1-1 count. Smetic throws, swing and miss from Roberts.
Again, that movement for a lot of these hitters is going to be very difficult to get a piece of.
1-2. Strike 3, got him to swing through it. So Smetic gives up 3 hits and a walk, but Martinsburg only able to turn it into 1 run. They lead 1-0 as we go to the second inning. We'll take a 60-second break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
Martinsburg leads Jefferson here in Game 1 of Day 2 of the District 6 Area 1 Little League 10-12 baseball tournament. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin with you for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nick Ferzolini back in the studio. Kyler High behind the camera on the TV 10 side. Top of the second brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the personal injury attorneys. You can visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Jefferson has a 1-0 deficit to try to make up. It'll be Cole Willis with the first chance to do so. He's going to swing at the first pitch of the inning and hit it foul over the first base dugout.
Yeah, the biggest thing right now, it looks like, for Jefferson is just trying to figure out the timing here of Snyder's pitches.
And this one hit, but right to Brown over at third. He made a nice play in the first inning against the leadoff batter, but this one's hit right to him. He drops down the glove, throws it the first, gets the out.
Number 22,
back to that point I was making, you kind of compare pitchers and just the different velo between Smetic and Snyder, and obviously you see a lot more speed on Smetic's pitches, and that's the kind of timing that this age group's used to, but with the different style here of Snyder. early on here, it's kind of given Jefferson some fits.
Snyder throws a ball inside to Austin Corey, the second baseman, to start things out. The second at-bat of the second. The 1-0. Another grounder over to third, past the glove of Brown and Roberts. The shortstop hit off the glove of Roberts and into left field for a one-out single.
Stepping to the plate, number 21, Cannon Griffith.
Just barely kind of in between them. Roberts maybe could have made that play, but it was a bit tough and had Brown potentially making the play in front of him. Brings up Cannon Griffith. He's going to look at the first pitch outside for ball one. So just like the first inning, we have a one-out base runner for Jefferson. See if Martinsburg can turn another double play like they were able to do last time. This one on 1-1 is in the dirt for ball two.
Yeah, great job there by the catcher to smother it and keep it in front of him.
Snyder back to the mound. Here's the pitch, 2-1. Checks his swing, doesn't check it enough. Goes through the zone as the ball bounces in front of home plate. 2-2.
Yeah, home plate umpire there with the right call of the go around on the swing.
Snyder readies, and the pitch. Inside, ball three. Catcher tries to go down to first. And a bit of a stretch for Austin Corey to get back and stay on first base, but he still was able to keep his hand on there, if nothing else. So count is full. Actually, no, only one strike, 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher a little bit. Going to get away enough to where Corey can make his way down to second base. Now the count is full. No more double play opportunity. At least not in the traditional sense. 3-2. Just outside. Ball four. Two runners on for Jefferson.
Yes, Snyder still tried to get him to chase.
Now stepping to the plate, number 7.
He was looking for one pitch and one pitch only, it looked like, even with the 3-2 count. Didn't like it, didn't go.
Braden Kearns will step in. First pitch is in the dirt. For ball one, Snyder's thrown a handful of his last few pitches in the dirt. Kearns another extra hitter, just like Griffith before him in the lineup. The 1-0. Swings at a ball outside the strike zone. Makes it 1-1. So again, everybody on the team gets in the lineup here in the 10-12 league in the tournament. 12 in the order. Here's the 1-1. This is going to be hit well into right field and down, bounces one hop to the wall. Jefferson's going to be able to score one. Throws cut off and making an RBI double for Braden Kearns.
Great job by the lefty finding the gap and tying this ball game up, and now two runners in scoring position as well for Jefferson to possibly take the lead here in the second.
Big chance here. Only one out. Runners on second and third now. As you said, Colin, we're tied at 1 here in the top of the second. Colin Fletcher, catcher, is going to foul off the first pitch towards the Martinsburg dugout.
And we'll see how aggressive on the base paths Jefferson is. We saw last half inning Martinsburg overly aggressive, came back to bite them. But with the pass balls that we've seen here and there off these breaking balls from Snyder, Jefferson has the opportunity.
On the ground to short, and Roberts can't corral it. One will score. Second runner's going to try to come home and score. Kearns is thrown out. But Griffith gets home. Braden Kearns thrown at the plate, but Jefferson takes the lead.
There you go. Slight over aggression. Yes. The shortstop wasn't able to gather the ball, that being Roberts, but the ball didn't roll too far away from him. I don't know if the guy from second I would have sent home. Well, that's just me.
It was aggressive. 2 down. Jefferson leads 2-1 now. Runner on first. And Jackson Garrett is going to not be able to hold up on the first pitch as it rolls to the backstop. Runner advances to second. Counts 0-1 now. So an eventful inning here. But again, one that leads to 2 outs relatively quickly. Had that ground out to start off. Corey with a single. Griffith with a walk. The RBI double for Kearns. And then that error where 1 run scores and another is thrown out.
By the way, got a courtesy runner, got a Kearns at second base now.
0-1, fouled away. Just like Smedic in the last half inning, Snyder can get out of this jam pretty quickly. Jackson Garrett can't come through and come back from being down 0-2 in this count.
Car service to be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance. From oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections, they handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Bottom of the second is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg.
Now batting number 13, Owen Snyder.
We're seeing action early here. Bottom of the second starts 2-1. Jefferson over Martinsburg. First pitch to Owen Snyder is a ball.
Jefferson anticipating here with Snyder up, possible bunt, infield corners in. Middle infield slightly in as well, but not as much.
2-0 start against Snyder. The next pitch outside. Broke just off the plate. It's 3-0. And that next pitch comes across for strike 1. It was a rough start for Smedic, but only ended up giving up 1 run in that first inning. Next pitch, just off the outside corner for ball 4.
Now batting.
In the first inning, it was a single, and a double for Martinsburg, but they had runners thrown out twice within the midst of that, to where the bases were empty after those 3 hits with only 1 run. First pitch swinging is Butts. They're going to try to draw the double play and can't pick it over at first with a bit of a low throw, as Garrett Butts will end up with a fielder's choice, staying on first base.
Now batting for Martinsburg, 35, Logan.
Yeah, if that throw a little bit higher, they probably do turn 2.
Logan Gano now up. He's going to take strike 1 to start the at-bat.
Gano didn't like that pitch. He backed up thinking that was hitting him, but with that movement on these pitches from Smedic, it tailed right back in.
Next pitch swings all the way through. Strike 2.
Now Smedic's got him guessing.
Gano, the first of Martinsburg's extra hitters up in the lineup. The next 3 will be, including him. 0-2 off the plate on the fastball. Makes it 1-2. Smetic throws. Gano checks his swing. Ball 2 as it comes in low.
Liking the discipline here so far by Gano, choking up and not reaching.
And he'll swing through the 2-2 for strike 3.
Yeah, right as I said that, Smetic goes with the fastball, blows it by him.
Number 26, Baylor.
That's
Kovacs.
exactly how to put it. Blew it by him. Baylor Kovacs up now with 2 outs. Runner on first. Martinsburg trails by a run. First pitch will come in too high. Ball 1. Smedic's next pitch, also just off the plate. Can't hit the outside corner, makes it 2-0. And that next pitch also high, ball 3. We reached the Jefferson defense since we did the first inning. Leighton Carney, Paxton Thomas at third and short. Austin Corey, Cole Willis at second and first. And it's Craze, Dupree, and McCreary from left to right in the outfield. 3-0. Strike 1 as it comes across. Smetic winds for the 3-1 pitch. Kovacs watches it go again. Strike 2. A full count and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swinging strike 3. Smetic sends him down. 2 straight strikeouts. With that, we go to the 3rd inning. Jefferson still up on top, 2-1. Take a 60-second break and be back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Top of the 3rd on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Jefferson comes up to the plate, again with the 2-1 lead. But they were able to get themselves in the last inning, top of the 2nd. Now here in the top of the 3rd, they're going to start things off with Ethan McCreary, who sends one into the left field foul territory. Owen Snyder's given up 2 hits and a walk for 2 runs here through 2 innings of work on the mound. Next pitch, low and outside, or excuse me, low and inside, ball 1.
Yeah, that's been the primary struggle for Snyder, is just pitching a little bit too low, having trouble finding the strike zone as a result.
1-1. Going to be hit softly and stays in the infield as ranging over to his right and grabbing it is Barra Roberts for the first out.
Yeah, he's been busy over there and doing a pretty good job so far during warm-ups. We were kind of joking here between Roberts and over here at second base and Watts, and the fact that typically the shorter guy is the second baseman and your best arm, which figure with how tall Watts is, maybe would be Watts. But
first pitch swing, Craze hits it up and in the air for Snyder to jog up and make the catch. So Connor Craze goes down on 1 pitch and brings up Leighton Carney, the 3rd baseman, to round out the order for Jefferson. You're right, Colin. I think we're saying up here, it's like, you usually see the shortest player on your team be your second baseman, but looks like Martinsburg has the tallest player as their second baseman, as Kearney takes one low for ball 1.
Yeah, they put the term shortstop literally. And it's worked out.
Yeah, 1-0. Kearney shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 2.
Roberts and the rest of this Martinsburg team so far fairly disciplined when it comes to your fundamentals defensively.
Snyder was able to get the first 2 outs of this inning pretty quickly. 4 pitches, I think, to get those first 2 outs. So far, Kearney holding off on the first 2. Showing bunt again, but pulls it back as it goes over his head. 3-0. Snyder back on the rubber. Here's the throw. 4-pitch walk. Comes in high again. Be the second walk drawn by Jefferson.
Stepping to the plate, number 00, Beckner.
And we're back to the top of the order for Jefferson. Beckner Dupree grounded out to third base after a nice play by Jace Brown to lead off the game. He's going to show a bunt. And again, it's too high. We've seen that now about 4 pitches in a row. Jefferson shows bunt. Snyder's been throwing that pitch too high.
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting into Snyder's head a little bit with that release point.
Showing bunt again. This one does find the strike zone as Dupree pulls it back.
You just got to work with your own mind to say, hey, if they're bunting, trust my defense, especially with 2 outs. Let them find that strike zone. Make them decide.
And Dupree swings at this one. It goes over the head of left fielder Cooper. Goes all the way to the wall. They're going to send the runner home all the way from first base. Throw over the head of the catcher. Jefferson takes a 3-1 lead. And on the throw, Dupree gets all the way to third base.
Middle, and Dupree sent it for a ride. Tough there by the left fielder as well to find it here in the sun. He took that first step in, and always deadly when you do that. Eventually pay for it, and that's exactly the case there. As went over his head into the wall.
We'll get a mound visit here with Snyder. So let's reset Jefferson. Now is a 3-1 lead. 2 outs in the top of the third. Runner on third base for Jefferson, potentially extended out a little further. Paxton Thomas is going to be the next batter. Was hit by a pitch first time up. Snyder has shown some ups and downs because he's shown flashes of being able to send down Jefferson quickly. We saw in that first inning, there's a ground out, a hit by pitch, and then a double play forced. A quick first inning. Jefferson got to him in the second for 2 runs. Gotten a run up on here now. But again, as I mentioned, Snyder had gotten the first 2 outs of this inning on the first 4 pitches of it. Thomas will step in after the mound visit. First pitch to him, check swing. They'll say he didn't go around as the ball was in the dirt, blocked by Leatherman. Ball 1. Fitting name for a baseball player, Leatherman. Makes sense that he can be an important part of the fielding, the defense at catcher. Time called quickly by Thomas. Now he'll step back into the batter's box. Snyder readies and throws. Too low for ball 2.
And you can see a little bit of frustration here for Snyder. Starting to kick in.
Snyder readies. And the throw comes in low again. Ball 3. I have to wonder. It's hot up. It's hot out there. It's a little hotter in the press box than it is out there because we're not getting any sort of breeze at all. But the all black uniforms. You never know after a few innings up on the mound if how that could be affecting somebody who's pitching. 3-0 comes across for strike 1.
Yeah, heat. Obviously, a lot of sweat that you're having to wipe off. Could be messing possibly with that grip though if you don't get all of it possibly off your hand.
3-1. It's going to bounce. Ball 4.
If you look at that pitch, unfortunately for Snyder, it didn't even make it the full distance to home plate.
Now batting the pitcher, Trent Smetic.
Brings up Trent Smetic. Grounded into a double play first time up, but we know Smetic can hit the ball. Well, let's see, Leatherman is going to step out from in front of the plate and give signs to his defense.
Yep, making sure everybody's on the same page here with the runners at the corners.
Snyder quickly takes a step off the rubber. Now back on and ready. First pitch to Smetic. Be inside for ball 1. Snyder gets the sign. Now here's the pitch. Big swing. Can't get anything on it for Smetic. Strike 1 evens the count.
And Smetic wanted to take a light out of that scoreboard.
Sure did. Runners on the corners for Smetic. Jefferson leads 3-1. Smetic hits it. Foul down the third base line.
He almost had that. That would have scored 1 for sure. Maybe even 2 with it going all the way to the wall if he could have kept it fair. Depending at the speed over at first or not.
They get the ball in. Back to Snyder, who will ready again. Here's the 1-2. That's low. Bounces. Runner's going to move up to second. No throw from Leatherman. Let's make it runners at second and third. A base of any sorts could definitely score 2 runs now. Here's a pitch. This one's hit right back up the middle by Smetic. The 1 run will score, and they're going to hold up Thomas at third base as it was a well-hit ball in the center. An RBI single for Smetic gives him a little more run support up on the mound.
Yeah, Jefferson's figured out the timing here of Snyder, and it's just pounding it now. Looks like we're going to get a runner here for the pitcher.
Looks like Craze steps out there as the courtesy runner. Brings up Cole Willis, a cleanup hitter. So it's now 4-1 Jefferson. Runners on the corners. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's a pitch. It's going to be hit the other way, and it's going to drop in for a hit. Hunter Lane out in right field. Can't quite get there. Runner's going to go all the way, almost all the way from first base. And getting back is Craze as he took a wide turn. I think he at first got the signal to go home as it was a little misplayed out there in right. Took a weird bounce.
Number 22, Austin Corey.
But getting back is Craze, so that's RBI single for Cole Willis. 5-1 Jefferson. It was Thomas that was able to score on that one. Brings up Austin Corey, who had a single in his last at-bat as well. He's going to swing and lightly hit this one foul over to the Jefferson dugout. 3-run inning for Jefferson so far. We'll try to keep adding on. And Corey's going to hit this one in the air and over the head of Cooper. Couldn't quite find it. 1-run score, second one coming home, and will score without the throw. Craze and Willis touch home play and make it 7-1. 2 RBI double for Austin Corey.
Batting, number 21, Cannon Griffith.
Jefferson's broken this game wide open right now. Looks like we're getting another timeout called here for a visit for Martinsburg. See if that means it's the end of the line for Snyder or not.
I wouldn't doubt if it is. And I think second visit of the inning, I know that's a rule in higher levels.
He's going to hand the baseball off.
He will. It looks like, I believe, Roberts from short. And now we will get a little more of the traditional second base shortstop sort of look, as Snyder's going to go to second, Watts is going to go to short, but we'll take a 30-second break for the pitching change. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is excited to announce the opening of our new ear, nose, and throat location in Hagerstown. Our trusted ear, nose, and throat specialists are expanding their expert care in the region. From sinus treatment to complex thyroid conditions, WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat is here to help you breathe easier and feel your best. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Hagerstown, 13 Western Maryland Parkway, Suite 106. Now scheduling new patients at 304-262-9400.
2 outs here in the top of the first, or the top of the third. Jefferson has been able to bust this game open. 7-1 is our score, and they get into the Martinsburg bullpen. Day is done for Owen Snyder after 2 2/3. He's got 6 hits and 3 walks, 7 runs. Barrow Roberts goes from shortstop to the pitcher's mound. Truett Watts goes from second to short, and Snyder moves from pitcher to second base.
Yeah, Owen Roberts, pitch count 48. And if I was overhearing correctly, over to our right, that means he has to have 2 days of rest. So 35 pitchers or more is 2 days. Anything over 50 would have been 3 days. So cut him off at 48 means that he could come back in 2 days.
I'm sure they were hoping to get...
Or after 2 days, I guess not in 2 days. Sorry.
They were hoping to get as much as they could out of him today. And the winner of this game plays for a chance to go right to being the area champion. Here is strike one comes in to Cannon Griffith to start the day on the mound for Roberts. 0-1 pitch. Right back up the middle, ducking under it is Roberts. It's a base hit. Are they going to send the runner home? They will. Not at first, but then they go, and it's going to be Corey coming across and scoring and making it 8-1. Cannon Griffith with an RBI.
Now batting, number 7,
Wow,
Braden Kearns.
that was a bullet right back up the middle. You can see Roberts now, the rest of this Martinsburg team, they're getting worn down with this heat.
Yeah. First pitch outside for ball 1.
These long innings are going to get to you even more so because of it.
Yeah, you're out in the sun in the all-black unis. It could be taking a toll. Here's Braden Kearns, who had an RBI double first time up. Next pitch outside, ball 2.
Guess the good thing if you're Martinsburg is you got the dugout that's shaded since you're on the third base side.
Here's the 2-0. It's going to be hit off the end of the bat. Grounder to third base. Jace Brown just barely in time. Gets the third out. Well, Jefferson opens things up with a 6-run inning. It's 8-1, Jefferson County over Martinsburg. As we go to the bottom of the third, after the 60-second break, this is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This new Rockstar Rewards card really rocks. You get 3 times more points and other cool stuff. It can turn water into gas. Boom! You get 10 cents off a gallon for the first 30 days and 3 cents after that.
You have 1,000 points.
Out the back. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Bam! It's a piece of cake. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. They even give you a free gift on your birthday. Woohoo! And it turns water into wine.
No.
Get the new Rockstar Rewards card and get more stuff.
It's a no-brainer.
So what?
So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free. Use the promo code to get the first month free.
Go to the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with locations all around the Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. 8-1 lead for Jefferson.
Number 34, Hudson, man.
After a 6-run top of the third inning. A chance for Trenton Smetic to be comfortable up on the mound. 7 runs of a lead to work with. Hudson Man will start things out. One of the extra hitters for Martinsburg. Smedic's going to start by throwing 2 straight balls, though, 2-0.
Yeah, but overall, you can see his confidence has definitely grown out there on the mound.
The 2-0 can't find the zone, 3-0.
But with a lengthy inning offensively, you got to find that groove once again after taking some time off.
And we're going to get a quick mound visit. It's 10, 11, and 12 in the order for this inning, due up for Martinsburg. We saw Jefferson get into the Martinsburg bullpen in the top of this inning. Now we ready. Quick mound visit, 3-0, outside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Man. It's the 3rd walk from Smetic so far.
Now batting, number 11,
go with 3 strikeouts.
Cooper.
Elijah Cooper, the left fielder, comes up. Smetic gets the first pitch across for a strike.
Looks a lot more comfortable with that one.
The 0-1 in the zone, swung and fouled off by Cooper. And Smetic has readjusted, gotten ahead of this batter, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. He went around on the check swing, did Cooper. Strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 4 for Smetic.
Hunter Lane.
And Hunter Lane will round out the bottom of the order, right fielder.
Yeah, tough one there for Cooper. Pitch at his eyes, couldn't hold back.
Smedic's first pitch, too high.
See, though, how Smetic does here against a lefty with that movement of his pitches. Possibly hit the batter.
This one stays outside on a fastball. It's 2-0.
Because you're trying to over-adjust because of the movement, and it stays too far out.
2-0, outside again. Second time in 3 batters. It's a 3-0 count. No 4-pitch walk this time, though. Next pitch is across up the plate. But the 3-1 pitch is high, a little outside for ball 4. 2 base runners on for Martinsburg. For the top of the order to come up with just 1 out.
Martinsburg needs this inning to go well for them if they want to come back in this game down 8-1 right now.
First pitch in for a strike.
Smetic somewhat struggling out there. You got to take advantage of it if you can.
0-1. Fastball outside. Ball one. Leatherman started off the game with a single. Slater caught stealing at the plate. He's going to hit this one in the air, right center field. This one is going to get down. Dupree able to grab it before it hits the wall, but throw into the Smetic. What a great throw. Got him at the plate.
What a relay there by Jefferson.
Big time. Throw in to Smetic at the mound, and he's able to throw it to the catcher and get the runner trying to make it to the plate.
There you go. Great job by Jefferson with that very disciplined relay. Everybody knew exactly what to do.
Number 27, Jace Brown.
Now you've had 2 outs at home plate. At least.
Yeah.
Pretty sure on these.
Yeah, you've had 2. Okay. Martinsburg does still have runners on second and third, but 2 outs now. Jace Brown will take strike 1 on the fastball. Brown had a base hit first time up.
And you can see that's fired Smetic up after getting that out here to want to put this away with the 2 runners in scoring position.
0-1 just off the plate. Ball 1.
Made that look 50-50.
Firing in. Called strike 2 as Brown ducks back. Thought it was inside. 1-2 count. Lane on third. Leatherman at second. Ball past the catcher over his head, over the glove, but fast reflexes from Fletcher means runners stay where they are.
Yeah, this backstop not really as far back as other ballparks here in the area. So even if it does go back, it doesn't mean runners are advancing.
This one's hit up in the air. Pretty shallow right center field, and calling off his center fielder is McCreary to make the play and strand the 2 runners in scoring position. It stays 8-1 Jefferson after 3 full innings. Go to the 4th after this 60-second break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Whoa, what's all this? Robbie's Quack Attack at Floor Pools? Pick a duck and save up to 15% off your in-store purchase? That's wild! Now through June 21st, pick a duck and save up to 15% on chemicals, toys, and limited supplies to have a safe and enjoyable summer in your pool. That's right, a lucky duck can save big bucks now through June 21st. Robbie knows your cool summer headquarters is Floor Pools. They've got hot tubs starting at just $49 a month, pools from $100 a month, and saunas starting at $80 a month. Don't forget about cold plunges and endless pools too. And check this out. Floor Pools now offers plunge pools. These compact in-ground pools are perfect for smaller backyards, low maintenance, energy efficient, and ideal for cooling off, relaxing, or even fitness and hydrotherapy. Big style and small footprint. It's everything you want in a pool without taking over your yard. The pool experts at Floor Pools are here to help you all summer long. Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, where your summer oasis starts.
Jefferson leads 8-1 here as we start the inning. Top of the 4th is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Jefferson with this 7-run lead has a chance to extend it out a little further after Martinsburg was able to do some damage on the bases in that last half inning, but another runner thrown out at the plate.
Yeah, that's been a big difference here in this ball game. Matt and Jefferson was able to get the Snyder eventually and put up the 8 runs. Now they're 3 runs away from possibly putting Martinsburg down to its final 3 outs.
Well, this is the top of the inning. It could be their last 6 outs.
Wasn't sure if it was 10 after 4. My apologies.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point, Colin. High school brain, I think, is on the mind. But that sounds right. That sounds right now that you say that. 10 after 4. So yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, you got to get that 7-inning brain back to a 6-inning brain.
Yep, Nick's confirming 10 after 4.
I knew he would know because he had to look yesterday for the 15 after 3. So thank you, Nick.
Yeah. First pitch of the inning is a ball. And Callan Fletcher will foul off the next pitch. Catcher for Jefferson, Callan Fletcher, got on with an error in the last at-bat. That scored one of Jefferson's runs. Next pitch is going to be hit foul. Swung at that one. I think out of the zone, too high, but protecting the plate. But that is strike 2 there.
Yep, now you got to dig in and play it smart.
Fletcher, Garrett, and McCreary do up for Jefferson. This is going to be hit, blooped over the head of Watts, the shortstop, in the shallow left field for a leadoff single.
Great job there for the extension of the bat, making sure you were able to wait back with that reach, and as you said, just bloop it over.
Now batting 44, Jackson Garrett.
Great 2-strike approach there.
Jackson Garrett up, made contact last time, but it was hit over to the shortstop. At the time was Roberts, who made the play. Made a throw down the first to try to catch Fletcher napping. Nothing doing. Roberts on the mound now here. Next pitch outside, another throw down. Again, not in time.
Both of those are really close over at first.
Trying to make Fletcher work is his fellow catcher behind the plate for Martinsburg, Leatherman. 2-0, fastball too low. 3-0 count. Next pitch from Roberts. He is able to get this one over the plate for strike 1.
Both sides getting that inside corner call here today.
3-1. Hit and into right field. Opposite field base hit for Garrett. Lead runner only advances 1 base, but puts 2 on for Jefferson.
Now batting number
Jefferson
9.
using the entire field to get its hits, putting the ball wherever they find the gap.
McCreary comes up, another one who's lined one even more on the line to shortstop last time up. He's going to bunt, try to sacrifice, throw to third in time, able to get the lead runner. The sacrifice doesn't work out. Hit a little too forcefully over to the pitcher, and quick reflexes from Roberts.
Yeah, great job by Roberts there, even on the spin after picking up the ball to make sure you put it in the right spot at third and not accidentally throw it away.
Now batting number 50.
1-5 fielder's choice. Gets the first out of the inning, keeps a runner away from third base, and that won't last long as the next pitch is a fastball, wild pitch to the backstop. So the runners do end up advancing, just not on the sacrifice. Same result now, runners on second and third with 1 out. Connor Craze at the plate, calls time.
It looks like the third base coach wanted to make sure his base runners were aware of the situation here.
The 1-0. It's going to be hit. Another blooper over first base. into right field. 1 run scores, and the second is going to be able to score as well. It's 10-1. Nine-run lead for Jefferson.
They're going the opposite field right now, and Martinsburg just doesn't have the answers. And here we go with a mound visit once again. You can see on the face of Roberts clear frustration here.
This age group, it's easier for things to snowball when you get down. Just a little, it's harder for the coaches and the players for themselves to be able to keep their confidence up once things start to go downhill. And we're going to get the pitching change here as once again the shortstop becomes the pitcher. This time it's Truett Watts. Going to try to keep Jefferson out of. We got it. We're going to go to a quick 30-second break. And when we come back, we'll have a new pitcher. Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Someone asked me, who's the brains behind Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers? And what did you say? I said it was a team effort. Everyone works together to win for our clients. Well, that's true and very noble of you. But I could still beat you in cornhole. You're on. If you're hurt in almost heaven, dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Call to the bullpen is brought to you by Smallwood Small Insurance. Your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. You can call them at 304-263-3361. Truett Watts goes from shortstop to the pitcher's mound in the same way that we saw Barra Roberts do the same. Roberts is going to go back to short. So now it's Snyder at second, Roberts at short. Watts on the mound compared to what we saw earlier.
Good snag over there, by the way, Dylan, with the papers.
Yep, had to flip the sponsor read to get that one, and just barely hung on to it.
By the way, Roberts, with his day done so far on the mound, finished with 17 pitches, which means he would be available tomorrow.
Now batting, number 12, Leighton Carney.
There you go. That's good for them. Martinsburg's going to need some extra pitching here if this continues, because while Jefferson can end their run through the tournament tomorrow if the score holds with a win tomorrow after securing a win here, Martinsburg have to do a more work through this tournament. First pitch from Watts. Wild pitch. Goes to the backstop. Runner's going to advance from first to second after the throw down. Leatherman tried to get him, wasn't in time.
A good job there by Leatherman.
Leighton Carney drew a walk in his first at-bat. Watts with the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch, fouled straight back by Carney. 1 out in the inning. Runner on second, it's 10-1. So if Martinsburg can get this out, strand that runner on base, they won't be in possible mercy rule situation for the bottom of the fourth. 1-2, called strike 3. The breaking ball dropped in at the last moment.
That was as beautiful as it gets, dropping in and catching the back part of the zone.
That's a second out. Jefferson flips it back to the top of the order. Beckner Dupree, who was 1 for 2, had an RBI double last time up. Repeating something like that would do Jefferson a lot of good here. First pitch swinging. Lines one, foul and out of play. Cray's got a good jump off the crack of the bat. The ping of the bat, perhaps you could say, on the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Comes in too high from Watts. Watts stands in again. On the rubber. And after he takes a long time to throw the pitch, Dupree's going to call time.
Good gamesmanship there by both sides.
Stepping back in. Here's the pitch from Watts. Going to be hit high, and another one that's hit foul out of play. A different sort of pitcher, for sure, for Jefferson to see here compared to Snyder or Roberts. The 1-2. Breaking ball drops into the strike zone again for another strikeout looking. It's a nasty breaking ball from Watts. Able to retire Jefferson and leave that runner on. So now Martinsburg keeps themselves alive for the 5th inning at the very least. 10-1 Jefferson will go to the bottom of the 4th. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Bottom of the 4th is brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. It's 10-1 Jefferson after they add on 2 in the top of the inning. The pitching change to Watts was able to keep Martinsburg in it for at least another inning.
Yeah, Watts with a nasty breaking ball, getting back-to-back strikeouts looking, and now it's his turn to grab a bat and see if he can light a spark for his team.
Number 12, Truett, Watts.
Watts in his one at bat so far hit an RBI double. Now he won't get the chance in an RBI here unless he hits it over the fence and drives in himself. First pitch is a strike. Comes up here with the bases empty. Smenik, 0-1. Just off the plate. Outside, makes it 1-1. Smenik, his confidence has seemed to grow as the game has gone by up on the mound. Softly hit on the ground to short. Throw is in time for out number 1. I think we've had a defensive adjustment from Jefferson. That's Beckner Dupree at shortstop.
Yeah, got the 0-0 in the flow there.
Try to look around and see who else is where. From there, first pitch to Lincoln Myers is outside the zone for ball 1. Next pitch in the zone, strike 1. I believe Austin Corey is in center. No, he's still at second, actually. Well, that might be a 22 out in center, but it's not. Swinging strike 2.
Yeah,
it's Connor Craze.
Yep, 50.
Yeah.
As soon as he turned his back, we could both see that.
Yep. 1-2. Strike 3. Got him to swing through it. Lincoln Myers goes down on strike's 5th K for Trent Smedik.
Smedik fired up after that one, gave a little bit of a yell, showing him who's boss out there right now.
Barrow Roberts try to keep this inning alive for Martinsburg. Going to take strike one. Roberts 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's going to hit this one in the air, but out of play. Roberts was the first of the 5 strikeouts for Smedic in an at-bat that ended the bottom of the first. Next one, hit on the ground, over to third base. Throw from Carney, in time. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Smedic sends Martinsburg down. It'll stay 10-1 as we go to inning number 5 here from Jefferson. And Jefferson County playing well on their home turf. We'll go to that next half inning after this 60-second break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
10-1 Jefferson as we enter the 5th. The top of the 5th is brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin with you on the call. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. Kyler High behind the camera on the TV 10 side. 10-1 lead for Jefferson. We enter the top of the 5th. And for Jefferson, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. 2 up. Tough work for Truett Watts.
Number 4, Paxton.
Up on the mound, but in the 3 at-bats that we've seen, I think only 2 actually, from Watts. He's gotten 2 strikeouts. A nasty breaking ball has fooled the 2 hitters he's seen so far. His first pitch is a fastball low and inside for a ball. Paxton Thomas, the shortstop, starts things off, hit by a pitch, and then drew a traditional walk before coming around to score. The 1-0 in for strike 1.
Yeah, we'll see if Jefferson's able to find that timing once again here against Watts, the third pitcher that they've had to face. Different release point, obviously, with the taller guy out there.
His next one is fouled away.
A lot of little things can change up a hitter big time.
The loser of this game will play Morgan County tomorrow in what will be an elimination game. The winner plays the winner of the game following this one between South Berkeley and Hedgesville in the area championship. Next pitch outside the zone, ball 2. Thomas steps back in. Watts delivers. High, ball 3. It'll be Smedic on deck and Cole Willis in the hole, who have both had success so far. Both are 1 for 2, but third inning was able to do damage. Each getting an RBI. Next pitch inside. Ball 4. Another walk drawn for Thomas.
That one almost ran in and hit him.
Number 1,
Game close. So here's another run on, or another base runner on for Jefferson. One last chance for Jefferson to put themselves in a position to end this one in less than 6 innings, which I'm sure they would like to do for Smetic and his pitch count, if nothing else. Smetic is going to take the first pitch for strike 1. Next pitch, Smetic fouls it away. Foul tip straight back.
This one, if you probably take, it's a ball.
Here's the 0-2. Big swing at the pitch at eye level. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Watts.
Now batting, number 13, Cole Willis.
Cole Willis comes up here with 1 out. First pitch to him is outside for a ball.
See if Watts can get him to chase. If he sets up outside again in the way Leatherman's sneaking out there, it looks like he was, but he throws this one inside.
And it's too far inside for ball 2. Willis grounded out the third in the second inning and had an RBI single in the third. But eventually came around and scored himself. 2-0. Swings and fouls it off. Watts back on the rubber. Looks into his catcher. Gives him the nod for the sign. And the pitch. And it's another foul. Right back to the backstop.
Good battle here so far for Willis.
The 2-2. Tried to get that breaking ball, and it went too far inside on him. 3-2. 10-1, Jefferson leads. Here in the top of the first, or the top of the fifth, excuse me. Here's a ground ball over to short. Roberts goes to second for 1. No throw over by Snyder for the double play attempt. As Willis hustled down the line, it's the fielder's choice.
Now we're going to get the timeout, and it looks like possibly another pitching change to make sure Watts doesn't go over that 20 mark.
Yep, smart from Martinsburg. Try to keep this game going as long as you can. And not use up too much pitching. Now they might keep Watts in here because in the position you're in where you're most likely going to lose this game. It doesn't look like they're going to keep Watts in, though. Butts is going to leave from first base. Looks like we're going to have a catching change. So I think Leatherman is probably going to go and either become the pitcher or the first baseman. My guess would be Watts goes over to first. Or... well, actually, I guess Butts is going to get a different glove and come out and pitch. Making some guesses here. Perhaps I'm off the mark, but nope, yep. Butts has the ball to pitch. Watts is going to move over to first, but we are going to see a different catcher as well. A separate move here for Martinsburg, as Lane is going to look like that's the new catcher for Martinsburg. So we'll take a 30-second break as Butts warms up to be the new pitcher for Martinsburg. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Pitching change, again brought to you by Small Wood Small Insurance. It's now Garrett Butts on the mound for Martinsburg. Good work on the mound for Truett Watts in short order. He's able to get himself 3 strikeouts and a walk as he works 1 full inning. Keeps himself within pitch count to be able to pitch again tomorrow. I had the thought that maybe, Watts seems like the kind of guy that they want to keep available, but Morgan County, I think, is a matchup that you don't want to take for granted, but they did lose 15-0 to South Berkeley tomorrow. We thought maybe, okay, let Watts pitch enough to where he only has to rest 1 day, use your other pitchers tomorrow, but they're not even going to take that sort of chance, which is a smart move. Butts, ball, and then next pitch hit into left field for a base hit by Austin Corey, who is now 3 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs, and he scored 2 runs.
Number 21, Cannon Griffin.
Got 2 outs still, though. Let's see if that matters or not here for Jefferson against Butts.
Cannon Griffith takes strike 1 to start this at-bat. He's 1 for 1. He's drawn a walk and had an RBI single.
Let's see if they play overly aggressive on the base paths, too, with a new catcher.
Next pitch, hit deep in the air and off the wall. So 1 run will score, and the cutoff gets away and allows the 2nd run to score. Jefferson goes up 12-1. Big 2 out, 2 RBI, a double for Cannon Griffin.
Man, that almost looked like that was going to go over, but it just hit right below the yellow outline of the fence. Still gets the job done, though. Clears the bases, put you at 2nd.
Braden Curran swinging at the first pitch. Roberts gets it at short, throws to first, 4 out number 3. But Jefferson gets 2 runs up on the board. So now when we go to the bottom of the 5th, Martinsburg needs to score at least 2 runs to keep themselves alive for another inning. Take a 60-second break. Be back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Bottom of the 5th brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Paxton Thomas is the new pitcher after 4 innings of work from Trent Smedick. You see a couple changes for Jefferson. Connor Craze is now catcher, moving out from center after replacing Dupree, who is the shortstop. And it makes sense now that why Paxton Thomas was taken off a short, get him ready to pitch. So we'll have to determine who the left and center fielders are. I believe that's a 9 out there in center, which is Ethan McCreary. So he's moved from right to center, so now it's new corner outfielders. 44 is out and right. That's Jackson Garrett. And to see who our left fielder is, I believe that might be Braden Kearns.
I'm trying to see if he turns around or not. Really hard to see the number from that distance on the front of the uniform with the stripes there.
Set the scene for
21.
The score.
Gave a quick spin.
21 is Cannon Griffith. So that's Griffith out and left.
Caught it for half a second. He must have heard us.
Griffith in left, McCreary in center, and Jackson Garrett in right. Craze behind the plate. Dupree at shortstop. So still Carney at third. Believe it's still Corey at second. And Cole Willis at first. Paxton Thomas will pitch as Jefferson leads 12-1 here in the bottom of the fifth.
Number 13, Owen Snyder.
Which means as 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Martinsburg come up, they need 2 runs to be able to extend this to a 6-inning game. First pitch from Thomas, low for ball 1. Snyder is only at bat so far. Is drawing a walk. He's going to hit the 1-0 pitch softly on the ground to third. Carney over to first for the first out. It's been good fielding so far for Jefferson.
Yeah, strong, accurate throw across the diamond's what you like to see at this level. Don't always see it, but today we have.
Now batting, 0-0.
Feels like a lot of the playable balls for Jefferson have been relatively soft hit. All of the hits for Martinsburg pretty much have been in the gaps. First pitch to Garrett Butts is taken for a strike. Grounded into a fielder's choice first time. Next pitch fouled away. Strike 2. Trenton Smedick, I have down for him. We've given up only 1 run on 4 hits and 3 walks and struck out 5.
I can't believe I heard 63 pitches by him, so 3 days of rest.
So that means he could pitch again. Can't pitch again then.
Correct.
In this area tournament, unless there's some sort of rain postponement in the next few days, which, as far as I know, the forecast doesn't really call for. It's just a lot of heat is what the forecast calls for. 0-2 taken low for ball 1. South Berkeley and Hedgesville will follow this one. Winner of that one will play the winner of this one to be named area champion, and the first one to move on. And this one too taken on the outside corner for strike 3. Paxton Thomas,
Batting, number 35, Logan.
first strikeout. It's going to bring up Logan Gano. Martinsburg down to their final out. He's going to try to check his swing, but it hits the bat for a foul ball. Loser of this one, which, barring a miracle, will be Martinsburg, will play Morgan County tomorrow. I believe that championship game is also tomorrow, Colin?
Yes.
As this is hit on the ground, it takes a weird hop for Cole Willis. Not be able to get it, I believe, off the end of the grass where it meets the infield dirt. It pops up over the shoulder of Willis, and for now, keeps Martinsburg alive.
Who put that invisible ramp out there down the line?
Right, yeah, that should have been a routine play for Willis had not taken that hop. Lucky break for Martinsburg keeps them alive. Baylor Kovacs will take the first pitch low and away.
Number 26, Baylor Kovacs.
Thomas steps back on the rubber. Winds and fires. Another one. Can't hit the zone. Outside, ball 2.
Get a timeout called. It looks like first base somehow got out of position there. Pounded back into the dirt.
Yep, short timeout to fix that now. Kovacs back in the batter's box. And the pitch. Low. Ball 3. And they're going to make Gano work over at first by throwing down to him. And again, they're going to adjust first base. Going to clear out some of the dirt underneath the base. Try to keep it in place.
These bases are just placed there. Nothing to
go
into the ground to keep them there for player safety. Kind of wanted to be able to still move and not have any injuries.
3-0 from Thomas. Outside the zone. Don't think it was 3-0 then, actually. Well, no, it was. Yeah, Kovacs didn't lead the batter's box, but now the umpire gives him the signal and go down the first.
Yep, he was pointing down.
Threw me off. I was like, maybe it wasn't 3-0.
34, Hudson Mann.
Hudson Mann, who in his only at bat so far himself drew a walk, comes up. Runners on first and second now. Martinsburg still down by 11. First pitch outside the zone for ball 1. So they'll need Kovacs to score from first to be able to see the 6th inning, as well as that runner on second, Gano. This one's fouled off of Mann.
Yeah, it rolled down the line and was fair, but as you said, went off the foot of Mann, so it was a dead ball immediately.
First pitch for South Berkeley and Hedgesville is scheduled for 7:30. We'll see if they start any earlier, if this game wraps up shortly here. So the next pitch is low for ball 2. Paxton Thomas having trouble getting that up into the zone, leaving it low, kind of like Snyder was earlier in the game. And here's another one that's too low. 3-1.
Yeah, he's really trying to get that low inside corner, but can't spot it.
Trying to pitch carefully to Martinsburg, not let them extend this game, but risking putting another guy on. The 3-1 is in the zone for strike 2. Oh, full count, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th. It's an 11-run game. Martinsburg down to their final strike. The pitch from Thomas. Too low. Mann holds off. He'll go down to first. Loads the bases here with 2 outs.
And that one was in the dirt, and now we're going to have a time called and maybe a pitching change. I don't know.
We'll see. The way he's jogging out there feels like more of a visit.
Wasn't sure if maybe they were going to play the game of pitch count or not, but I think you're correct. Just kind of looking at the body language. They're just trying to pump them up and say, hey, you just need one more and the game's over. Let's do it.
And some of that, I think you got to tell them, just trust your fielders. Yeah, they might hit the ball, but it's been good defense from Jefferson.
Yeah, I've been trying my best to practice the lip reading, but nowhere close to John Boy.
It's hard to reach that level. Elijah Cooper steps in with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Strike 1. So at least for one pitch, that was an effective mound visit. Elijah Cooper struck out swinging against Trenton Smedick in his only at-bat. Here's the 0-1. Swinging strike 2. But Thomas looking more confident for this at-bat.
Sometimes it's as easy as just going out there and saying, hey, throw strikes. You got these guys behind you.
This is number 11 in the order for Martinsburg. The 0-2. Just a bit outside. Ball one. A good eye from Cooper. Here's another one. The 1-2. That time it finds the zone. Strike three called. Cooper goes down looking. And Jefferson, in 5 innings, gets a 12-1 victory over Martinsburg, and they'll advance to tomorrow, where they'll play the winner of South Berkeley and Hedgesville coming up here within the next hour. See who is the District 6 Area 1 champion and the first one to move on to the district tournament. That will take a 2-minute break and come back for postgame. Here, this is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
Drew, hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Post-game show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by the Palace Lounge and Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. 12-1 win for Jefferson over Martinsburg. Here in 5 innings, Jefferson advances to the area championship game tomorrow night. And Martinsburg moves down to the consolation bracket here. 1 loss for them. They'll play Morgan County tomorrow. And obviously still a chance to advance to the district tournament by making it out through there. Jefferson will play the winner of South Berkeley and Hedgesville here coming up shortly within the next hour. Scheduled for 7:30 first pitch. Seeing as it's only 6:37, we'll see if both teams are here a little early. We'll see if they started it early, but it's a 7:30 scheduled time. So we'll go through here. Game scoring summary brought to you by the Mansion Freddy Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Jefferson went down 1-0 after the first inning. Martinsburg had 2 runners thrown out on the bases, left them only getting 1 run out of the first 3 batters getting hits. And then Jefferson answered back with 2 in the second, and then a ton in the third. 7-run inning put them up 8-1, 7-run inning, or 6-run inning. And then 2 runs in the fourth put them up 10-1. And then extra run added on to the fifth. Was able to get it done. Or 12-1 as they get 2 runs in that fifth. Get you some game stats brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. 3 RBI day on a 2-for-2 a day for Cannon Griffith. Austin Corey gets himself 2 RBIs, goes 3 for 3. Cole Willis goes 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Trent Smedick at the plate goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. An RBI double for Beckner Dupree, as well as an RBI for Braden Kearns. RBI single for Connor Craze. Looking through here, there's a lot of runs to go through here for Jefferson. I think that's all of the RBIs. And then on the mound, Trent Smedick goes 4 innings, gives up 1 run on 4 hits and 3 walks, strikes out 5. And Paxton Thomas closes things out in the 5th, pitching that 1 inning, giving up 3 walks and a hit, but striking out 2 and not giving up any runs. So with that, Colin, player of the game, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. There was a lot of options, but one of those guys that had an RBI was also very effective up on the mound.
Yeah, I think you got to go with Trent Smedick as player of the game. Yes, they got to him at the start, but once he got into control, he was lights out on the mound. And you probably could have seen him go the entire way as well, but they wanted to give him some rest. It's a hot day. He deserved it, so great job by him out there to get his team now 1 win away from a Area 1 championship. We'll see who they take on. Will it be South Berkeley or will it be Hedgesville? That comes up next.
We'll find that out soon. So keep an eye on things to see if we get started earlier than 7:30, but Hedgesville not in the home dugout yet. South Berkeley's in the away dugout, so might just stick with the 7:30 start time, but keep your eyes out, keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned in. TV 10, the WRNR TV YouTube channel, and we'll be back with that game here in a bit, but that's it for this one. Dylan Bishop, Colin McLaughlin, Nick Verzolini back at the studio, Kyler High behind the cameras. It's been Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, the first of our doubleheader. We'll have South Berkeley and Hedgesville coming up soon.
We thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.